here I am at Camden Underworld, Monday evening, ready and willing and waiting for Enough's Enough to be playing tonight. I'm here with Chips Enough. Thank you so much for meeting with me, sir, this evening.
You're very welcome, Fran. I'm glad you showed up here, and you seem like you're in good spirits and full of some vinegar. And it's going to be a good show tonight. I'm really excited about it. We played last night in Sheffield at the O2 Arena. It was really good. It was jam-packed, sold out. And tonight, here we're at the world-famous Camden Underworld, which is a venue where I've seen some of the biggest bands in the world play here. I remember hanging back here with Radiohead when we first came out. And then I seen, I'm not mistaken, it was 2011, I was on tour with Steve Naylor from Guns N' Roses. And out of nowhere, Duff McKagan showed up right here. And we were singing Skyrocket and Flight Afternoon Delight before we went on stage. And Duff was touched by that. He thought it was really, loved the camaraderie of the band. And I said, you want to come up and play with us? You're welcome to. I give you my bass. He goes, no, I'm here to support you guys. I said, oh, great. He's really a charming man. And we went up on stage and played the first two songs. And then the third song, I looked over at Duff, and I shook my head, and he shook his head at me. And I took the bass off and gave it to him. And in a 10-minute standing ovation, the place went up for grabs. They loved it. It was so touching. And then we did My Michelle, and we did one other song too from the Guns N' Roses first album catalog. Maybe it was one of those booze-felt songs. Like, yeah, I got a brain cramp right now. Maybe it was Out to Get Me.
Oh, right. Oh.
And the people loved it. It was just, it was such a wonderful, beautiful night, and the fans were just blown away. It was the first time, coincidentally, that Steven and Duff got in a room together and played in 20 years.
Wow, because Stephen was away for quite a while. He was poorly, wasn't he? And had to have a rest and have bits and pieces going. You used to live with Stephen, didn't you?
I think in the early days they did live together. That's correct. Yeah. And then when Stephen left the band in 1990, everybody went their own way. But I think they kept in touch because that's the kind of guy he is.
He's a nice. I met him once backstage at Download, and he was such a sweet chap. He had a photograph of me. I wasn't really meant to be there.
No.
It was before I did interviews. I managed to sneak in, and he was really sweet. He didn't tell me off or anything. And I don't think, But talking about this evening, after more than 30 years of Enough's Enough and 14 studio albums, the most recent being Diamond Boy, which was last year.
Yep.
Some of your songs are even more pertinent today than ever before. So The World is a Gutter is a prime example. That now it's just, I listen to it more and more now than I ever did before, I think. So it's connecting with the world today. How have you so cleverly done what many bands can't do and written songs years ago that are still so valid today and still sound so great today?
Well, thank you for your kind words. I think there's a lot of fodder out there. There's a lot of subject matter to write about. So there's so many things that prick my trigger that I was able to put pen to paper and music to tape and come up with these little tidbits of information. And there's certainly a Brinks truck full of metaphors I use on this record. But I look at the songs as a little time capsule in life. And when we were recording the record, my main objective was to put together a record that was very lo-fi, hi-fi, and going back to 1970s up to the 21st century. And I think that we captured that in the record. And listen, those old records that we made, we're never going to capture that again. Those were wonderful moments. We had huge, big budgets where the record company would give us hundreds of thousands of dollars to make a record. And nowadays we're doing that for a tenth of that. But I think I'm proud of us and what we've experienced and what we've come up with collectively for such a small budget. And I'm grateful that we still are able to make records. And even if no one was buying records anymore, most bands that are recording songs right now and putting albums out, they're doing it for themselves, to be honest with you. And if it's something that stands the test of time and it moves you, you want your friends and family and brothers and sisters to hear them. And that's the same thing with Enough's Enough. Yeah. So this record is it's still, to me, brand new and fresh. It came out in August of last year. It's been about a year now. Yeah. But I'm ready for the next record, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, I am too, because I was going to say, with Clown's Lounge, which was 2016,
Yeah.
that was material from your old demos from 1988 and 1989, wasn't it? So Diamond Boy is all your brand new, fresh material, and now that you're delivering it to the masses, do you feel like you're back in 1989? Is it that excitement again, coming through again, that you're playing your
I wouldn't say I
fresh
feel like
music?
1989 because I don't, but I certainly am excited about what the future holds. And you were talking about Clown's Lounge, where it was mostly a collection of older material that was never released, with a couple of newer songs in there as well, to show the band how we are today. I think this new record's a perfect example of, we found some great songs, and we had a great producer and engineer to help work with us, to help us with our vision. And every record goes through cycles. And, you put a record out and you go, well, that did really well for us. That charted in Billboard for a couple of weeks, and we were able to tour around the country. What's next? And that's where we're at right now. It's time to make another brand new record. We'll put it out next year.
Oh, brilliant.
And brand new fresh songs, and we just see if maybe there's a movie, a soundtrack, a TV show, a commercial. Maybe there's somebody out there that's going to hear it and go, this is great stuff. We want to help you guys. And that's if you don't put new music out, you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to just confuse motion with progress. So it'd be a shortcut to thinking for us to say, okay, well, this record's going to come out and we're just let it sit and not do anything. We're going to go out and work our asses off and play every single night. There's a truck full of fucking stories on this next record. And I think that people are going to be pleasantly surprised when they hear how the band has grown the last year.
Well, even Diamond Boy, I was so. Well, there's the title track, Diamond Boy. I just absolutely love it,
Yeah.
and it brought memories of almost growing up with 70s T-Rex there, and a little bit of glam, a little bit of contemporary rock, and I love it. I think it's
Well, we grew up with that stuff, and I think that on all of our records, a lot of the influences come through because of what we experienced and what we've learned from what we hear across the pond. All of our favorite bands, from the Beatles to the early Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, and Queen, and T-Rex, and Mach the Hoople. That's part of our vocabulary, it really is. And we have quite a long, illustrious vocabulary when it comes to material and bands, because most of them came over here from across the pond, as I said. And I think that holds very true to our music. When you hear our songs, there's little tidbits. And we're not pillaging, but you show up, be a band without influences, I'm sure a band hasn't written one note. So we've always been those earlier bands that I just mentioned have always tripped our trigger. And it's just something that's almost natural. As we get older, you still retain that stuff. And as when we're little kids, we listen to our mom and dad's records and we say, God, I can't stand that. What are they listening to? And then as you grow up, you go, wow, it's become a part of my fabric.
Yeah.
And that's how Enough's Enough is, and that's why a lot of the generation we crossed over. And the older fans like this, but the newer ones, their kids have enjoyed our music too. So I think there's still a little bit left in the gas tank of Enough's Enough.
Definitely.
And we're playing a small little club here, but last night we were at the O2 Arena. And that's how the business is nowadays. It just fluctuates back and forth. I think the way of the future for any band like us is to go out there and try to play shows and get a tour with a bunch of national acts, because they'll help elevate the perception of everybody.
Definitely. And talking of influence, I always thought we was a very intelligent band and very unusual. And when I heard Strength, the track Strength, years ago, and the beautiful violin, Johnny Frigo, running this, and I wondered whether you'd had any classical music training or classical music influences by your parents or anything.
Absolutely. Listen to Tchaikovsky and Beethoven and Mozart when we were kids, but for the most part, I learned a lot from Johnny. He's the one that really made me aware of all this stuff. When we were recording that record with Johnny Frigo on the Strength album back in 1991, we were at a place called Chicago Recording Company. It's no longer there. There's two studios. There was one at 161 Michigan, and then there was another one down the street from there. That other one at 232 East Ohio, that's still open. But the 161, they tore that place down. It's now like a purse store or cosmetics, Chanel, or one of those big stores. It's beautiful private real estate. And Johnny came down there, and I remember Queen was recording in there, and Smashing Pumpkins, and and Cheap Trick, all the great bands. There's so many wonderful stories I can tell you. We sit all day and talk about them. But when we were recording that record, Johnny came in and he goes, what should I do? I go, hey, the only suggestion I got the whole time of that session was, why don't we plug your violin into that Marshall amp and see what it sounds like?
Wow.
And he did this, and the magic happened there.
Oh,
and he wrote all the cheat sheets down, gave me all the musical stuff, and at the end of it, I was just sitting around, and I go, hey, what are you going to do with that? He goes, go ahead, keep it. So I kept all that stuff, I still have all those
it's just
stuff, because obviously he's a writer, he plays bass guitar. He's really a wonderful, diversified musician. Didn't just play violin, that was just one of his instruments. But a great writer. A lot of people don't know Johnny Freeman, a wonderful songwriter. Wrote Hey Hey Holy Mackerel for Chicago Cubs, wrote Moonlight. Just a terrific musician, great songwriter, and missed beyond belief. I'm so glad I have him on those recordings because I can listen to that forever.
Yeah, beautiful. And with your recent tour, there's been some very lucky fans that have been able to have almost like a private gig with you at your sound check. And is this a new thing that you've been doing, or have you done it before with your...
Never did it before. Most bands do a meet and greet. You just come out and you shake the guy's hand, take a quick picture, and they shake you right out of there. Sound check experience was an idea I come up with my manager, where we go in there and we get ready to play sound check, and the fans can come in there and watch our sound check, see us play 3-4 songs. Then they come up on stage, take some pictures, play with the whole our guitars, whatever you want, and the drums. And then we walk them through the venue and talk about the history of the place that we played.
Oh, I think that's lovely.
So it's not like
really
it's something that's special. You're with us for an hour or so. And I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's really special. And talking of the venue here, you seem to like playing places that have a character, like the Underworld. You seem to come back here. How do you choose the venues, and also where are your favourite fans? You don't have to say the UK because we're in the UK.
Yeah.
But you know, you have a big fan base in Europe, don't you? You always have in the UK. And I'm just curious how you select the venues and where you really enjoy the fans.
Really, the agencies that book the band, we used to be with X-Ray Touring, which is over here, so they would pick all the venues out. We had a wonderful agent, really, really terrific. They're so big right now, I didn't have time to continue to work with enough stuff, but they passed this over to another agency, which is called Artists Worldwide. And they book most of their stuff here over in Europe with us. And I gotta tell you, we played some pretty big shows. There was a company called Helter Skelter. They were great. They were working with us for a while too. They booked us on shows like Diamond Down Low. They played big venues like that. Where now basically the venues are picked through what promoters call our agents.
Right.
It's not like the band's looking at anything, except for this place here. When we come through London, we always ask to play at Camden Underworld, because we love John Viner, the guy that runs the place. He's an old friend of ours. I've gone back to 30 years, and he treats us very well. We come in here and they make sure they provide everything that we need to put on a good show for the fans. And it's a small venue that holds 500-600 people. As I said earlier, I've seen bands like the Gorillaz and Radiohead that play here, and they were in wonderful rooms. We've played there with Faster Pussycat,
I saw you with Faster Pussycat.
Yeah, some big bands have come through here and played this venue, and it might be small, but it's pretty powerful. They've got a good PA system, good, nice production, and it's right in the middle of Camden, which is tons of stuff to go and get on the tube right here, go hang out. I just came back, I was shopping all through down by the Camden Market and buying sunglasses and T-shirts and stuff like that. So it's a very exciting place to come to. Where a lot of musical heritage here as well.
It fits you like a glove. It's
I
like you've been born in this room.
It's a nice little, I wear that dress well, I think, when it comes out here.
Definitely.
Great food around here too. I was shocked. You got a little fish and chips place down the street. You want to just get yourself some chicken downers or something like that. You got Trigger, that's cool too.
Oh, I went to the American Diner for a massive breakfast.
Yeah,
I lived in LA 2 years.
See, I love your English breakfast more. I love beans and the mushrooms and the tomatoes, and I love your bacon too, because it's more like ham.
Yeah.
But you guys don't get a chance to have our breakfast. Our breakfast is great as well.
So that's biscuits. I miss biscuits. Anyway, I digress.
No, I love them too.
So your set list, how on earth do you choose what to play from so much material? And please tell me you're playing for now tonight.
Well, we just mix it up, to be honest with you. We take a lot of the stuff from throughout our catalog of records, and probably have about 20 albums out right now.
Yeah.
I know you said 14 studio records, I think it's more than that. Though, to be
Is
honest
it?
with you. It might be.
And my research is
And
wrong.
we're working on some other stuff with a few labels that we might put out, some older material as well, besides our brand new record that we'll be putting out next year with Frontiers. It's just, it's a potpourri of stuff, I gotta be honest with you. I look at it and I go, well, we gotta do Fly Back Michelle, you gotta do the whole thing. It's important to have those songs in there because they were hits for us.
Yeah.
But I wanna mix it up where I play songs that the people know and then maybe dig in deep and do some stuff that's, B-sides as well. It's didn't get the little commercial recognition, but I think they're just as strong as songs. So, tonight we'll just pick up on where we left off last time and we'll go through the catalog and try to come up with a good 15, 20 songs and then we'll see what we play.
Well,
I don't even know yet.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, right, I see you like planned it. Because for now, I've met you and my husband for 4 years and that was our courting song.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Nice.
Anyway, big hint. But I know you've said in the past, or I think you have, that you would have loved to have played with Queen. You love Queen, don't you?
Yeah, certainly
Everybody
do.
loves Queen.
I've seen Queen 4 times with Freddie Mercury.
Oh.
And because I came through Chicago quite a bit. And I remember Freddie and Brian walking out of the back door. Not many people knew where the band would park their cars and come into the venue or leave the venue. And they walked out and Freddie gave us the peace sign and we were all very excited about that. And he acknowledged us,
He was so loved.
And he was just, beyond belief, one of the greatest frontmen of our time. And there'll never be a guy like him again. And he had a great, wonderful band. They were all terrific songwriters.
Yeah.
And I think that's the epitome of what a real band should be like.
Yeah, I mean, the film I saw, and I cried like a baby all the way through it, to be honest.
I think that guy did a great job playing Freddie.
Brian May, I thought it was Brian May,
There's a lot of similarities there for sure.
Yeah,
They all look close.
They all did,
Yeah.
But my question was, if you had a festival and you could have any bands, dead or alive, on the bill, and anybody you wanted to introduce each band on the stage, who would you choose?
I would want Queen to be on that festival, don't you think? And I think Guns N' Roses would be good on that festival as well. Let's throw some new bands in there too, like Greta Van Fleet or the Struts.
Oh, yeah.
That great band, Dirty Honey, another great band, new band that's out there, 1975. I just mix it up because I like the newer bands and the older bands.
I'd be interested to know what bands you're listening to actually, because I'm pretty sure I'd probably love the same.
Well, I have a radio station I work with in the States in Los Angeles there. It's called the Monsters of Rock. It's on the Dash Radio Network. And the Dash Radio Network is the new Sirius. The difference between Dash and Sirius is a subscriber thing. You gotta pay X amount of dollars to listen to it every single month. And Dash is free.
Okay.
And so we got Snoop Dogg on the show. He's got his own show. Be Real's got his own show. Kylie Jenner from Kardashian, she's got her own show. Dave Navarro from Jim's Addiction has his own show. And I have my show on from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. 6 days a week.
So can I get that on the internet?
Yes, you can get it on there. You can just, no problem at all. Just go to dashradio.com.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's really cool. I'll
It's
listen
simple.
out for that.
Oh, we got
That's great.
25 million subscribers.